Glen Del Mendo, how are you?
Hey, what's up, Phil?
Good to see you, man.
It's great seeing you again.
We're back behind these wicked tackle boxes, and I'm excited because we're going to talk about exactly what this is all about. And you are going to be at the PCS show, right?
I am, yes. I'm looking forward to it, excited to be it. This is my first year there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we've been there several years now just to go check it out, and it's obviously a lot bigger than we all expect it to be.
Oh, my God, it's huge. It's the show in Southern California.
Right.
It is
right.
the #1 show. I'll see you there. I'll be walking around
for sure
on a couple of those days for sure. I'm interested. It says veteran owned. Before we get into exactly what this is, and people can purchase this, and it's not only like a surprise, but it's a really great value and everything else, but it says veteran owned.
Right.
You're obviously a veteran. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So back in 1991, I joined the United States Coast Guard. I enlisted in there just because after I got my associate's degree, I just didn't want to go and get my bachelor's. I was kind of a little lazy. So I enlisted in there, did my 4 years of active duty.
Yeah. Where were you stationed?
Oh, I was stationed initially up in San Francisco on a buoy tender of all things.
Oh, okay.
But that buoy tender actually took me to some cool places.
Really?
Oh,
like
yeah.
Where?
It took me down to Cabo San Lucas.
Oh, shoot.
We went through the Panama Canal.
Oh, man.
And our little boat is a 180-foot buoy tender. It literally looked like a little dinghy going through the channels and stuff like that. It was awesome. Went all the way through the Bahamas. We decommissioned that boat in Maryland and then brought a brand new one back. So that was really cool.
What an adventure.
It was awesome. I mean, be paid to go see.
That's what
awesome
I'm thinking
places.
to myself, man. How great is that?
It was awesome.
What is it?
Awesome.
Semper Paratus?
Semper Paratus, yeah. Always ready. Yeah.
U.S. Coast Guard does a lot of different things, don't they? Drug interdiction.
We did. After I finished my tour there, I came right here to actually San Pedro.
Oh, did you?
I did all the drug interdiction here. I actually drove boats. My job classification back then was boatswain mate.
Yeah.
So actually I was a skipper of my own patrol boat. So
cool.
I did all the search and rescue out here from Point Dume to Dana Point.
Really?
So I had a really good handle on this area. So
yeah, I got to tell you, man, I had so many boat problems when I was a commercial fisherman. I was on a first name basis with the Coast Guard. Let me tell you. Cutter Point Brower. Oh,
Yeah.
Hey, Phil, how you doing?
Is that you again?
Yeah, hey, we'll be there in 12 hours, you know? Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
Yeah, but yeah, it's been great. And after I did 4 years, I actually stayed as a reserve, and then I became a police officer, and from there, I couldn't leave the Coast Guard. I just enjoyed that 1 weekend a month, 2 weeks out of the year.
And you enjoy being on the water, obviously.
Oh, I mean, it was the best.
Yeah.
I mean, to get paid to drive the patrol boats, and then eventually worked my way up. Had a chance to go to different places. Was in charge of San Diego, Hawaii.
God, that's great, Glen.
LA, Long Beach. Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was a great career.
And you were a police officer where?
Started off with West Covina, and after 6 years there, I transferred here to El Segundo, and just finished a couple years ago with 27 years with them as a police officer.
Wow. So you're retired now?
Retired from both the Coast Guard and from the police department.
Yeah.
So 29 years with the Coast Guard because I stayed as a reserve.
Yeah.
Couldn't leave it, Phil. So when I had a chance to be by the water and drive around, it was just awesome.
Yeah.
So great deal.
Fantastic. And then your love for fishing, when did you start fishing? Were you a young kid or what?
14, 15 years old.
Who got you into it?
My dad did, actually. Yeah, it's funny because we started off at the pier. And it's funny you asked me. I was trying to recollect the times we started at Santa Monica Pier, went to like the beaches, and then also, if you remember, Redondo Beach had the barges.
Oh, heck yeah. And I was up there in the ticket office selling tickets for the
that was
barges.
you then.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. So that was awesome. Yeah, and then we migrated to charter boats, and next you know, here we are. And I still enjoy going to different places like fishing the ocean, fishing the boats, as far as like, getting on charter boats, and then freshwater. Like, we call it up in the Sierras.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I just can't get enough of the fishing.
I love it, man. Wicked Tackle Box. What's this all about, Glen?
All right. Well, you know what? What we're really focusing on is the beginning angler like myself to get people inspired at a young age, like I was. But for those that didn't know too much about it, what do I get? What do I buy? Where can I go? And people like yourself that have the podcast of showing, hey, what's fishing? What's fishing like? Where, what's the stats looking like? And it's always awesome to hear where you talk about, hey, fishing's great. starting down from San Diego or Mexico, working your way up the coastline, all the way even when you mentioned to San Francisco. It's like, wow, that's awesome. Phil does a great job, but you know what? I wanted to get into the niche of what can we get these people so they can, have the right gear.
Yeah.
So that's what I came up with. I figured, hey, let's start off with some stuff, basic stuff. So I got like a beach outfit, I got an ocean outfit, and then I got a High Sierra outfit. So
really?
Inside of it, just the basic stuff. These are just the promo packages that I had. I'm kind of pushing it out to, hey, this is what's in it. But on my website, it's obviously Wicked Tackle Box. It predominantly focuses on like the basic, angler to the pro angler to the elite angler.
Yeah.
Now you don't have to be pro or elite to be that style to buy the boxes. It's just what it is. It just has more gear in there, predominantly focused on that kind of fishery that you're going with. And here in Southern California, we have so many avenues for that.
We do.
You either have the beach, you can go to the pier, you can go to the High Sierras, which is not far away, which is beautiful up in the mountains. Or like for myself, I love, last 4, 5, 10 years, we talked about it the other day, bluefin tuna has just been off the hook.
It's been crazy. We've had a decade of this kind of crazy fishing.
Yes. I mean, people are catching their dream fish within like 4, 5, 10 hours.
It's amazing.
And you don't even have to go, 24 hours, like, to go down to the Ridge or Lejos. I mean,
used to be you have to be on a long range boat to catch fish like that, and now you can do it on an overnight trip out of Southern California.
Yes. You gotta have the luck of the draw, and you have to have the gear.
Yes.
Right. Otherwise,
absolutely,
you'll be casualty rates. It was very high if you don't have the right gear, or you're not catching anything because you didn't bring the right gear.
Yes.
So again, that's what these focus on. It's like, hey, these are the gear that I know have been working. I keep my fingers on the pulse with guys like yourself, or West Coast Jiggers, or other podcasts that talk about, hey, this is the updates on the fish bloody decks.
So it's dynamic, it changes?
It changes. So so these boxes, for those that just want to buy it, I'm giving a couple options. Like you can either buy a one-time box, or you buy a subscription box, for like every 3 months. We do quarterly subscriptions, and I'll try to tailor the boxes particularly to the season of the fish.
Yes.
So, for example, if I were to give you a January box, that's probably the rockfish time, the some bass time, white sea bass. So that ocean box will be that type, right?
Yeah.
But for like the beach fishing, you may have certain lures that work, the line that works.
Yeah.
So these boxes will have that, the line, the hook, the if it's going to be the camel grub, which obviously is like the number one that's doing it, right? But then you also have the lucky crab, you have the crocodiles, for beaches. So that's what I'm trying to keep my finger on the pulse with.
I love this. It's so good because you really, and especially people who have a busy schedule.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, if you have the subscription, the box arrives and you don't have to give it a second thought. Here's all the stuff you'll need to be successful.
Yeah. And then based on like what you want, if you want just the basic one or you want the pro or the elite one, depending on how much you fish, you plan accordingly. So that's pretty much it.
Yeah. So what does a box cost? I assume that the beach one's going to be less expensive than the offshore one, or not?
Well, I try to keep them in the same price range, but so the basics are like $45. And then like you can increase to the pro that's like more like $65.
Sounds very reasonable so far.
Yeah, and then I think the elite one is like close to like $80.
Yeah.
But like it's cheaper if you buy the subscription, obviously. But if you buy the one-time one, which some people may want to buy it for a special occasion. Yeah. A significant spouse, I might say, hey, I want to buy some for my husband. I know he fishes, but where do I get them?
Right, and she doesn't have to get into all that nonsense.
Just say, hey.
I mean, I say nonsense for her. She could care less about.
Yeah. I mean, I can tell you, my wife doesn't want to go to Turner's or to buy me a bunch of stuff.
I got a wife just like that, too. Care less about it.
Yes, and they just say, hey, I just going to give me something simple. So that's kind of what this is for, for those that make it simplify things.
Yeah, perfect. So, the subscription is how much?
Subscription is like $10 cheaper than the single box.
Okay.
So that's roughly about where we priced it out with it, because obviously we want to make sure that we give you the best quality, gear.
Yeah.
Like we're not buying the cheap, hooks that straighten out and now it looks like an arrow.
Yeah.
Right. We want to buy quality stuff.
Yes.
Right?
You want people to come back and stay with you.
Yeah.
And the only way you do that is by providing quality
Right.
stuff. I don't have to tell
right.
you that.
Yeah. I'm all about quality, and then not to mention that we also have included some swag gear, like the traditional baseball cap, keep
Yeah.
the sun off your head.
I got one of those, man. I got my-
The koozies, to keep your drinks. Got to be nice and cold
Yeah,
out there, right?
exactly.
Like fish rags, just like the basic things that I know that. As I'm going out fishing, I like to make sure I have those little things, and that's kind of it.
So the subscription is how much exactly? Is it an annual subscription?
It's an annual subscription.
Yeah.
But what we do is we want to just charge you at the quarterly price.
Okay.
So then you understand it and stuff, and say, hey, I don't want to be charged a whole year subscription.
Gotcha.
We'll just charge you the lesser price for the quarterly price.
And that's how much?
So depending on which box you get.
Right.
If you were to do the $45, say, sampler box.
Okay.
That's the one-time purchase price, right?
Gotcha.
But then if we do a subscription, we'll give it to you for $40 a month.
Oh, nice.
Something like that.
Yeah, perfect.
So yeah, just kind of gives you an idea of how it is.
Can you give us an idea of what's in the beach
Yeah,
tackle box? Are we going to open it up?
Yeah, we'll show how it is.
That's a cool looking box.
This is the
by
beach
the way.
box. Obviously, this.
I love your logo. By
Yeah,
the way.
thanks. So here we open it up, and this is just a sampler one. This is not. I'm sorry. This is the promo one that I have, and this one basically has the basic. I'm going to throw you some stickers.
Yeah.
A little. Hey, you want to know a little about us, and because this is the beach one, obviously I've thrown like the egg sinkers that you use, the Carolina keepers. The basic hooks, and then 10-pound fluorocarbon.
Nice.
And then the infamous grub.
That sounds like a great deal. Something tells me your wife organized this because it looks very nice. Am I right about that?
I don't know. You want to ask her?
I already know the answer.
But yeah, that's that would be the beach one.
Yeah.
And then I think we have here. What do we have here? I kind of label it because I kind of keep track of this. This is the High Sierra ones.
Oh, shoot.
This is for like going up in the mountains here.
Catching trout.
Yeah, kind of the same concept here. We have obviously my ad. They have the hooks that are used for like worms or power salmon eggs, your egg sinkers. We have the treble hooks.
Yeah.
Comes with the traditional power garlic.
Yeah.
And then 2-pound test.
Shoot, that's
which
great.
For me, I'm sorry, and then the power worms to go with it. And these have been pretty, deadly going up there.
I'll bet.
I've gone almost every year.
Honestly, I am not much of a freshwater guy.
Right.
This is perfect for me because I could walk into a tackle store. I don't know exactly what to get. If somebody would just send me that box with all that stuff, and then I can go to the I'm good with that. Man. I like that whole concept.
Keeping it simple.
Yes.
It's like, hey, what do I need? Well, I already packaged it for you. It's all
there
you go, right?
Exactly. Just send it to me.
Yeah. So that's the freshwater one.
Yeah,
simple. And then I think this last one here we this is our ocean one, and obviously a little bit more on the high end stuff, but we have like your traditional jigs.
Yep.
Right. Blue and white, the most common one.
Yep.
And then you got your hooks, the circle hooks.
Blacktail hooks.
I
love those guys.
Need a fish rag.
Yep.
In case you bloody. And then of course your 25-pound test.
Yep.
Which is fluorocarbon, obviously.
Yes.
And that goes with it. And then the koozie. I kind of threw in the koozie and stuff like that to go with this deal. So so these kind of range in prices. These are my promo boxes. Yeah. But these I only sell for like $30.
Yes.
Right. So it's like the basic stuff. But the bigger stuff will have a lot more in it. Yeah. Right. And then of course, based on what I see is catching, again, we'll have one that's specifically made for like, white sea bass, calico bass, and then maybe even halibut, which halibut's off the hook right now. Yeah, right. So
it's going to be a great year on halibut. I can tell you that.
Yeah,
I love this whole concept, Glenn, and the fact that it's dynamic and changing all the time.
Right.
That's the best part about
it. Right.
Yeah.
Right. By keeping up to date with what's catching, that's the only way to do it. Yeah. Because I want to make sure that the angler who's out there, whether you're the beginner or you're the expert guy, you'll at least have the gear that is being used right now.
Yeah, of course.
It takes all the guessing game out of it.
It does.
We figured it out. So
people can visit you at the PCS show.
They have.
I think a lot of people are going to be very interested in doing so. Are there any show specials that you're doing?
I am. Like what? I'm looking at it right now to see what we can do. We'll probably do these promo packs out there. Nothing big, because they want to walk around this huge venue.
Right.
We can't weigh them down too much, right? So, but yeah, just give them something to do it on, or you can always order it online, so you don't have to.
Yep.
You can go on my Facebook.com Wicked Tackle Box or the Instagram. Instagram.
Uh-huh.
You could see
So
the
go to
pictures
Wicked
on.
Tackle Box on Facebook.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
And-
it's facebook.com/Wicked Tackle Box.
Okay.
And then it'll take you to my site, and then it'll take you right to Shopify. You can order the stuff there. But on the show, PCS of Short, I will bring a bunch of these out there,
Yeah.
and then hopefully we'll be able to promote it, show it, open up the box like this. And like I said, I appreciate you letting me show this. So then,
I'm excited to see it. Are you kidding me?
I mean, hopefully you guys will enjoy it.
I think they're going to enjoy it. Where's your booth, or what's the name of the booth so people can find
It's
you?
going to be the Wicked Tackle. Hopefully we're going to have this big logo there faced up. And then hopefully this big logo will be flying up there. We'll hopefully have the U.S. flag around it.
Oh, I love it.
Well, we'll make it easy. We'll put a QR code. Don't even use the business cards anymore. We just come up your phone and make life easy, and pops up, and there you go.
Yeah, 100%. I got that American flag on my morning briefing
I know you
every
do.
morning, man.
Hey, I love it when you do that. I love it. I stayed with the red, white, and blue because of it.
I love it. Yeah, I love your logo, and it's fantastic.
Yeah.
So, but you have the beginner type boxes, and then you have the more advanced type boxes.
Right,
also.
right.
Will you have examples of those at the PCS
I'll have
show?
the example of the more the elite and the pro.
Yeah.
But I mean, because those trying to be a little bit more heavier and stuff when we bring it, right? I think what I'll do is I'll bring a lot of these promo boxes so that you get a taste of what they are.
Yes.
And if you want to jump up to the higher ones, you can just jump online.
Yeah,
So,
perfect.
Yeah.
And people can talk to you and glean more information.
Yes.
Really worth their while to stop by your booth.
Oh, by all means, please come out to the booth. I'm looking forward to you come out to the booth, and then just talk, see what we have. I mean, you know what? Because the best way is to network with all the people, because they'll tell me, hey, you know, this works too.
That's right.
Guess what? It works both ways. I'll take your information.
Yeah.
And your idea might be in my box.
You never know. I mean,
know?
if you keep your ears open, right?
Yeah.
You always I get that on my podcast. Somebody will say, hey, you could improve by, and I'll look at it and say, they're absolutely right. 100%.
I take it. You know what? That's information very, very valuable.
Yeah.
So
the website, one more time again, is what, Glenn?
wickedtacklebox.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's the best way. Go to that,
That's the best way. Yeah. I'd love if you can follow me on Facebook or Instagram. Hopefully, I'll get to the YouTube portion of it eventually.
Yeah.
But I think
TikTok,
it's just baby
you got to
step.
get to that, too.
Oh, so I hear TikTok's the way they go. It just changed recently. So,
I know.
Yeah.
Believe me.
Yeah. But that's it.
That's
Thank
awesome.
you.
Anything else that we need to talk about? I think it's a great concept. I see guys in our studio audience out there are foaming at the mouth. You're going to have to, you're going to have to sneak these out of here, or you're going to get
sneak these
tackled
out.
on the way out.
Well, you know what, though? If it promotes it, I'm good to go. Tackle me down. For sure.
Glenn, thank you so much.
All right.
Pleasure having you on.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.